Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Model Horse Maniac and welcome to a brand new little mini series I'm trying out. We'll see what happens, where we're going to do like a little model horse recap of the past month in model horses. So this is going to be coming out sort of early September hopefully, and we're going to take a look back today at all of the model horses that have been released in August 2025. So we're going to cover like all of the major brands. Obviously, it's going to be mostly like Breyer and Schleich because they're the brands that release the most models. I haven't bothered including Peter Stones because I don't keep up to date enough with them, and there's so many more like one-of-a-kind models that drop constantly. So yeah, today we're going to take a look at all the it is today just Breyer and Schleich releases that we saw over the month of August, and I'm going to give you a little recap about them, where you can buy them, and my opinions about them. So stay tuned if you want to hear them. So we'll start off with Breyer. August was obviously a pretty quiet time for Breyer after the monster that is Breyer Fest, but we still have a few new releases. So we'll start off by looking at the Halloween horses. Even though it was only August, they still released the Halloween horses, which in my opinion is like far too early. I'm not even thinking about spooky season right now. But we have them anyway. So we'll start with the model that we already knew, that we'd already seen, which is Arachne, which is the like regular run sort of traditional Breyer Halloween horse. Saw him before, but it's better to get better pictures now. He's a decorator, obviously. He glows in the dark, obviously, and he's on the Bobby Joe mold. And he's based on a spider. I don't like spiders at all. Like, they're one of the things I'm scared of. So he's literally my nightmare pony. But I do appreciate his coolness as a model. So he's there. He's not a Halloween horse I'm looking for, but he's there and he's really cool. And then we have the online exclusive like Freedom Scale model, which this year is Screech on the American Quarter Horse Stallion mold. This is an owl pattern. I think it's really cool in the description that they actually said who it was designed by. So it's designed by Elizabeth Rupp, which I really like Breyer doing that. I wish they'd do that more often, call out these designers for these amazing patterns, because this is a really cool pony. I really like this. I love that metallic-y blue colour shift colour, again glow in the dark. I love the patterns in the pinto. Yeah, really, really cool pony. Well done, Breyer. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get it in the UK, but really cool model. And then we have Webster, the online exclusive plush. A, that is a really cool name. And B, it's a really cool plush. It's really nice. Again, really well done. That's about all I have to say about it. Next up, we have the Spooky Surprise Stablemate blind bags. We're now on series 7 of these guys, and it's important, I feel, to note that these are no longer limited edition. So these used to be like they'd come up and they'd almost immediately sell out, whereas now I don't know what the run is, but it's more of an open run, which I much prefer because it allows people to actually buy the models that they want instead of having that absolute rush and then they're already sold out. And it makes more sense for Breyer because they can sell more models. But this year we have another 3 blind bag. You don't know what you're getting until they arrive. I'd much rather they sold these as a set, but that's my personal opinion. But this year we have Mini Tabitha, which is based on the 2022 classic scale model. It's on the Warm Blood Jumper mold. I love the colour. I love the mold. I actually have Tabitha. It's like the only classics Halloween deco that I have. Yeah, really cool, really nicely done. We then have Mini Eek, which is based on the 2021 classic scale model. They've used the ever popular Mini Albie for this one. Really smart decision by Breyer. It's a really popular mold still. Again, looks really cool. Love it. And we also have Mini Thriller, which is based on the 2021 traditional scale Halloween model. For this, they've used the Mini Gypsy Vanna mold because obviously the Gypsy Vanna mold was one of the ones that they shrunk. So we have the traditional scale version and now the stablemate scale version, which I absolutely love. Like, I don't know how people feel about it, but I personally really like it when they do that. Like, there's 2 identical models in traditional and stablemate scale. Unfortunately, I don't have either of them, but good job, Breyer. These are really nice stablemates. Look like a really nice set, and they're all really well done. And then we also have the Arachne enamel pin, which I'm going to mention here, even though it's not technically a model. I'm not a pin collector, but it looks really nice. Like that greeny colour looks gorgeous. So yeah, just in general, I think Breyer this year with the Halloween horses have absolutely knocked it out of the park. Then I'm just going to quickly run through a few more Breyer models that had actually already been announced, but we finally got them released. So firstly, we have Rowan. The second release in the Premier Club model was available to purchase. There's two different versions. So there's the Highland Pony Stallion version, which is actually called Rowan. And there is also the British Riding Pony Mare version. And interestingly, they are actually different sculpts as well, instead of just a mane tail modification. And I really love these guys. They're sculpted by Kelly Seeley. It's always really nice to see a British sculptor and a British breed represented, and I'll definitely be looking for them when they become regular runs. We also have the next edition, the next model in the Stablemates Club, Javier, which was a matte and glossy split. It's 2025 Stable Club. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Stablemate Club model number 4. Really nice pony. Already seen it. Not really much to say. And we also have the mid-year releases, which I'm not going to go into detail here because I've already done 2 separate videos on them where you can see them and then you can hear my opinions on them. But in general, really nice job, Breyer. So yeah, they were available to purchase from the 1st of August. So they fall into this month's video. And yeah, really nice job. And now we're going to move on to Schleich, which actually have quite a few new ponies that I was not aware of. So without further ado, we'll get on with it. And we'll start off with this winter special limited edition decorator that is going to be, I'm assuming, coming out at the end of the year as it's winter themed, on the 2015 Pinto Stallion mould. I can't actually find where I first found this guy. But I'm going to assume he's going to be a website exclusive like they usually are. And I'm not usually the biggest Deco fan, but I really, really like this guy. He looks really pretty. He might actually get me to do an order from Schleich. I really like it when they start to use some of these. They're not even old molds. This is only 10 years old, but older molds. Probably an old mold if you're a new collector. But yeah, I think this is a really, really nicely done, like the prettiest Schleich decorator I think I've ever seen. I do really, really like it. And yeah, no idea how much it will be yet or even where it will be sold, but that will be coming out towards the end of this year, I would assume. And while we're on the theme of Christmassy stuff and wintry stuff, we also have 2 different advent calendars. So one of these I hadn't seen before. The first one we have is the big advent calendar, they're calling it, like the deluxe version, the collector's edition. I can't remember what they call it on the website. This is Christmas Sleigh Ride. And this, as I said, is the one that I'd already seen, already reacted to. But the price was a shock. So this is £54.99, which seems like a lot of money for me, considering you get the sleigh, but the horse is just a regular run, I believe. Or if it is a special edition, it's very, very similar to the regular run. The reindeer's regular run, as like all of the animals are regular runs. So yeah, my opinion on that is that it seems an awful lot of money for what you get, and I will certainly not be getting it. The other advent calendar seems a lot better, personally. So this one is the one I hadn't seen before. This is the Christmas Miracle Foal Rearing. Again, I'll just touch on the price. They used to be $24.99, they're now $34.99, which is quite a big increase. But you do get, for that, you get 3 actually exclusive foals, I believe. So you get what looks like a more like bay version of the Frisian foal, and then you get a black version of the Hanoverian foal from, again, 2013, I think that one was introduced, and the newer Hanoverian foal from 2016 in Skewbald, and I really like these guys. This is certainly the one that I'll get if I get one, because I really like those 2 Hanoverian foals, and yeah, I believe all 3 of them are exclusive, and you get a load of accessories again, so yeah. That's definitely the advent calendar I prefer. And then we move on to the Edeka Exclusives 2025. Apologies if I'm not saying that right. I'm not from Germany. So this is a German supermarket. Every year they do some sort of exclusives, but I believe this is the first year they've done like exclusive paint jobs for horses. I could be wrong, but I can't remember seeing any exclusive horses before. But anyway, we have lots of different ones this year. So we'll start off, we have the Peruvian Paso Mare in Bay, which looks absolutely gorgeous. I apologize that these photos aren't the best, but these are the only photos I can actually find without going like downloading the app and signing in and trying to work all that out in German. So these are the best photos that I can find for now. I don't know if anyone actually has them in hand yet, but this bay looks really, really nice. If it's that nice in person, I will be very happy. And then we have the Quarter Horse Mare in Bay, which I believe is the same as the horse transporter set. I had to do lots of searching because I'm not quite up to date with the Schleich new releases now. So I was like, I've seen that horse somewhere, but I can't remember where. And I found it in the horse transporter set. It looks the same to me. We then have the Pinto Foal, which initially, again, I was like, is that the same? But it's not. It's a completely different pattern and also looks like a slightly different color, like more gray rather than black. We then have the Pre-Mare in Bay, in grey even, which is by far not my favourite Schleich mould. I really do not like this mould. But I must admit that colour does look quite nice, so it'd be interesting to see what it looks like in person. We then have the Napstrupper Foal in like with brown spots instead of black spots. Again, looks perfectly nice. There's then the Oldenburg Mare in black, which again is one of my least favourite Schleich sculpts of all time, probably. I have a few, but that's got to be pretty much up there. If you want a video on that, actually, let me know. I've just thought of that. But yeah, in this, again, it looks like a really nice colour though, like a really nice glossy black, but just that sculpt is wrong in so many ways. And then we have two more that I'm pretty sure are the same as the regular run. So we have the Black Forest Foal and the Tennessee Walking Horse Foal, which both look identical to their regular run releases. But yeah, it's nice to see some like exclusive paint jobs. I'm never going to get them because I'm not that into collecting Schleich anymore, but they look really good. So well done. And that is all the model horse news I can think of for this month. If you have caught any releases that have just passed me by, then let me know and we'll see how this video does, and maybe we'll do it again next month if it does reasonably well. So thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'm only about 25 subscribers off of 1,000, so you know what to do if you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoy the content and you want me to keep making the videos, and I'll see you next time.